Mickey Mouse. For the world, he is a universal symbol of joy, innocence, and a touch of magic. But what if the true origin story of this beloved icon is not a fairy tale? What if the most famous mouse on the planet was born not from pure inspiration, alone, but from an act of corporate betrayal, a professional mousetrap that nearly crushed his visionary creator? This video uncovers the compelling tale of the vengeance that lies behind Mickey's cheerful grin. It's a story of how Walt Disney, having lost everything, channeled his genius into an act of creative defiance, ultimately building an empire on a single, fundamental promise: never again relinquish control of his dreams. Chapter 1. Success before the mouse. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. To truly understand the depth of Disney's fall, we must first appreciate the heights he had reached. This chapter introduces Walt Disney's first major success, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. We trace Oswald's rise to fame in the silent cartoon era, showcasing his popularity and the significant success of the Disney studio under its contract with Universal Pictures. With distribution handled by the shrewd and, as Disney would soon learn, ruthless Charles Mintz. Archival footage of early Oswald cartoons and insights from animation, historians will illustrate the character's appeal and the seemingly secure foundation of Disney's early career. We will explore the creative partnership between Walt Disney and UBI Works during this period, highlighting the innovative animation techniques they employed that set them apart in the burgeoning animation industry. Chapter 2. The Mousetrap. In New York, betrayal and loss, the narrative reaches its dramatic turning point with Walt Disney's fateful trip to New York to renegotiate his contract with Charles Mintz and Universal Pictures. This chapter meticulously recreates the tense atmosphere of those meetings and the devastating shock Walt experienced upon discovering the meticulously laid mousetrap. Mintz revealed that he had secretly secured the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and had already hired away nearly all of Disney's animators, effectively seizing control of the very character that was the studio's primary source of income and recognition. Walt Disney was faced with an impossible choice: continue producing Oswald for Mintz under unfavorable terms, or walk away from his own creation, leaving his studio in ruins. We will explore the personal and professional impact of this betrayal on Walt, the feeling of being utterly blindsided, the bitter lessons he learned about the harsh realities of the entertainment business. What are your thoughts on the ethics of Charles Mintz's actions? Was it simply business or a deeply personal betrayal? Share your perspective in the comments below. Chapter 3. Birth on a Train. Ride. The genesis of Mickey Mouse from the depths of despair often springs the greatest creativity. This chapter vividly recounts the legendary and solitary train journey Walt Disney made back to California, his dreams seemingly shattered. It was during this period of intense reflection, and perhaps even desperation, that together with the unwavering support of his loyal animator UBI Works, the concept for a new character began to take shape: an optimistic, resilient little mouse. This was not merely a creative act, it was an act of defiance, a refusal to be defeated, and the very seed of a new business philosophy that would forever guide Walt Disney's endeavors. We will examine the initial sketches of Mickey Mouse, tracing his evolution from a more rodent-like figure to the iconic character we know today. Accounts from Lillian Disney and UBI Works will provide personal insights into the character's creation and the hope it represented during a dark time. Thank you for witnessing the devastating betrayal, and the spark of creative resilience that followed the birth of Mickey Mouse was not just the creation of a character. It was the genesis of a revolution in animation and entertainment, fueled by a burning desire to never again lose control of his dreams. Chapter 4. The Sound Revolution. The vengeance of Steamboat Willie creating Mickey Mouse was a crucial first step, but Walt Disney knew the new character needed a grand debut to capture the public's imagination and eclipse the memory of Oswald. This chapter details Disney's bold and expensive gamble on synchronized sound technology at a time when the animation industry still largely relied on silent films. We explore the groundbreaking production of Steamboat Willie, the first fully synchronized sound cartoon, and the immense technical challenges Disney and his team overcame. The sensational premiere of Steamboat Willie was not just a technical marvel, it was a cultural phenomenon that catapulted Mickey Mouse to global stardom overnight. Furthermore, its innovative use of sound rendered silent cartoons, including Oswald's, almost instantly obsolete, marking a significant and decisive victory for Disney over his former distributors and a sweet, albeit perhaps unintentional, form of revenge. Chapter 5. The Empire Built on a Mouse and a Lesson. The phenomenal success of Mickey Mouse provided Walt Disney with the financial independence and, more importantly, the creative control he so fiercely desired. This final chapter illustrates how the hard-won lessons learned from the Mousetrap incident became the bedrock of the vast Disney empire that followed. We explore the studio's pioneering work in early color animation with the Silly Symphonies, the audacious and seemingly impossible undertaking of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the creation of Disneyland as a physical embodiment of his imaginative worlds, and Walt Disney's obsessive attention to every detail of his growing kingdom. Each step was guided by the fundamental principle of maintaining absolute control over his creations, ensuring that no one would ever again be able to steal his dreams away from him. The legacy of Mickey Mouse extends far beyond mere entertainment. It represents the triumph of creative vision, resilience in the face of adversity, and the enduring power of owning one's own imagination. The magic of the Disney Empire, which continues to enchant the world to this day, has at its very core a surprisingly tenacious origin story. Behind the cheerful smile of Mickey Mouse lies the memory of betrayal, the strength of remarkable resilience, and the brilliance of a vengeance executed through groundbreaking innovation. The mousetrap that Walt Disney fell into did not destroy him. It taught him how to build a castle with walls so high that no one could ever breach them again. The adversity he faced was not just an obstacle. It was a crucible that forged his genius and shaped the landscape of modern entertainment forever.